What's up, guys? It's Rick Ginn, and we're talking all about how to live your dream life and specifically how to do it wholesaling. So as I shoot this live, and yes, it's live, it's 5/19/2025, 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'm in a different time zone. I am out and I'm working and traveling the world, which is really cool. So decided to get out of sunny, hot South Florida. And if you can look behind me, take a wild guess where I'm at. I'll let you guys kind of figure it out. I'm not in the United States, but having a good time. Just got away for a little bit of a getaway. I'll stay as long as I want, as long as Zach can run the office. But the whole point of letting you know about today is how can you live your dream life with wholesaling? And I'm going to tell you, I didn't start out on the road, although you could technically do it. But maybe whoever can guess it, we'll bring them on here, have a conversation with them. So I'll let you guys figure it out. You guys are smart. So we don't get a lot of mountains and snow, obviously, in Florida. So why not get away and have a good time? Now, could I do this? Yeah, I did it, but I made a huge sacrifice with wholesaling. And that's what I want to talk to you guys today. So by the way, I love Switzerland, one of my favorite places to go. I was there just a year ago. No, not Australia. No. It's not in Colorado either. So we'll just keep putting it up there and we'll figure it out. So guys, do me a favor. Make sure you use the comments. And if you got a question, put it in there. Make a new friend here. We talk only about wholesaling here. Today, we're specifically talking about how to use wholesaling to build your dream life. And not in South America. Let's just get rid of continents, countries, continents, whatever you want. And it's not the United States. It's the only exception on it. I mean, look how beautiful this is. This is absolutely insane. I got rivers. There's still people skiing here. It's pretty wild. So it's not the United States. It's not. It's actually, well, I'm not going to tell you. Lucas will figure it out. So make a friend in the comments. And then what I will do is I will put up a link. We'll do some one-on-ones if we have some time to do it here. But I wanted to kind of do this post and let you know. There we go. There you go. So I'm up in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. So I'm touring up here and just checking out some really cool towns and stuff. But I got up early this morning. We worked on actually 4 wholesale deals, and I got to do 2 more phone calls. I was trying to do one with a motivated seller with you guys, but she's a little weird. So she's not going to be back for like a couple hours, so I got to wait. So awesome. So what I want to do is talk about is how to build your dream lifestyle so you can use wholesaling to do what you want. And the reality of it, guys, is you have to make a sacrifice before you do this. Now, some of you might be able to do it and coincide it. I never started out doing virtual wholesaling. I waited till the end, but I didn't know any better. And I dug and I grind for 7 years. And what I want to do is share with you today. They're not secrets. I'm just going to tell you the biggest battle you have to overcome to truly do whatever you want. And the fact that I can just hop in a car, hop on a plane, jump to a different country, did this less than, I think, 9 days notice, just because it felt like it was hot, and wanted to try to squeeze in some skiing. I'm a terrible snowboarder, and wanted to, just bring the family and have a good time with it. So Zach stayed behind. He's got his own life too. We do a lot of stuff together. And that's the beauty of wholesaling. So let's jump into it. I got a little bit of a wiggly screen here, but you guys can bear with me. So you have to understand to live your dream life, you got to understand you're going to have to make a sacrifice. But the biggest thing you have to ask yourself is this right here. What's stopping you? Like, what's stopping you from traveling wherever you want? Maybe it's not the mountains and the snow. Maybe you want to be over there by the ocean down in Florida. Maybe you want to be in the Caribbean. But you're going to have to do something different than the average person does in America. Because if you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to have the same outcome. You might earn a little bit more money, but like guys, I accepted a long time ago, being average sucks. And if you don't want to be average, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. So if you've chose wholesaling, this is what we do here. First thing, I'm not going to pop it up here, but go over to freewholesaling.com. That's where you get your jump start. I've helped thousands and thousands of people. I don't do testimonials. You know how these coaches, they grab one successful student and it's an endless commercial that never stops. You guys do the commercials. We don't do them. You post about them, occasionally do a podcast for a really cool story. If you guys watched my son's live stream last night, he had somebody there in like less than 2 weeks that I want to say made like over $50,000. And the biggest thing he had to understand is like, what's stopping you? And the one thing I understood from this young man is the only thing stopping you is right here. Like, you guys understand. I'm telling you, because here's what most of you go right off the bat. Here, let's run down this list. You ready? First excuse, oh, Rick, it's the market. Dude, I'm in South Florida. Do you know how intense, how competitive it is there? Do you know how many people come in my backyard in my market? I'm not going to say I was the first guy to do Port St. Lucie, but I got everybody coming from Arizona, California, New York, New Jersey, you name it. They've all poured into my area. Do I care? No, because I said it was saturated 15 years ago. But you know what? I got rid of that excuse. And I said, no more. So saturation market, kind of the same thing. And the reason why I'm hanging on this word is I hear a lot of you saying, oh my God, it's so saturated. It's so saturated. Here's the reality of it, guys. The average wholesaler in the market you're competing with, they're at best average, most likely below average, and most of them are going to quit within 90 days. Why? Because I see it all the time. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. You don't believe me? Go ahead and check it out. But here's what you also have to understand is when those people come back, when they fade out, there's another 5 or 10 coming in behind it. So what I'm trying to tell you is your market, you pick your market. You can't blame the market. Get rid of that one. Number 2, saturation. You're competing with really below average people that don't want to work. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that expect wholesaling to be really easy. I love it when my competition comes in with that attitude. Now, I want everybody to be successful in wholesaling. But if you came in with a mindset that this is a piece of cake, I'm not going to have to work, I can sit in the Rocky Mountains and do whatever you want, you're going to get your butt kicked. And if you understand that, I'm telling you, you don't want to do it that way. So guys, I am on the road in the Canadian Rockies doing my wholesaling business. I made a last minute decision, hopped on with my wife. We took a trip just to get some time away, got through all our tax season, got all our employees squared away. Zach's holding down the fort, and this is it. Now, the thing is, my vacations, I do one at least once a quarter, and I don't really take off work. Yes, I have to plan for it. I got to bring some equipment. But the most important thing is we're working the files, we're working with motivated sellers, and we're getting contracts done. And that's what you have to do and understand it. Did I start out with this in the background? Absolutely not. Can any one of you do it? Absolutely. You just got to make a sacrifice. So if you're using excuses like, oh, it's my market, number 1, you pick your market. Number 2, saturation, you're competing with at best below average people. And we're going to talk about that because if you just want to be average, this is probably not going to be the live stream you want to watch. At 33, I made a decision that average sucks. And I went on a 7-year grind. Now I'm here to tell you, you can do it in 2. When I say 2, you can hop in your car, you can hop on a plane, you go wherever you want in the entire world and run a wholesaling business. I prove it every day in my business, not just me, the thousands of people that I train through our freewholesaling.com. And I'm trying to show you that I don't make an excuse. Even though I'm on vacation, I have to get up. I got a 2 or 3 hour time difference. I forget. And I get up 3 hours earlier. I get up earlier anyways. I go into the gym on the road. I I went for a hike. I almost froze my butt off at 29 degrees this morning, but that's a Floridian thing. But that's worth the sacrifice for me for what I get in return, because I want to keep my business going. I remember back when I used to, you guys tell me, when you go on vacation, you work for a regular, when you work for a regular boss and you work for a company and you're all, maybe it was a week or two and they just 8, 9 months, you just grind, and you go on vacation and you're just like, crap, I got to go back to work type of deal. That's not how we do it in wholesaling. The idea is if you will make the sacrifice, which very few people will, I'm hoping you guys are my target audience, you can do exactly what I'm doing. Hop on a plane, go wherever you want, hop in a car and do whatever you want, but you got to make a sacrifice. So if you use saturation, next one. But Rick, my family's like, they constantly tear me up. They don't support me on it. If you listen to me and Zach, we tell you up front, the family's actually, in my opinion, the toughest people you have to deal with in wholesaling. They will shoot your ideas down. They will break you down, and it sucks. And I get it. And honestly, I spent the first 2 years of wholesaling trying to explain my family I was doing something legitimate. I spent half the time explaining I'm not a realtor. And here's a little hint when it comes to family. Just tell them you're doing real estate, and they will go away and leave you alone. When they tell you it's too risky, resist the temptation to somewhat insult them, because you have to show. You can't tell. So think about when someone goes on a diet. What's the first thing? There's 2 patterns when someone goes on a diet. They announce to the world, I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet. It's got the word D-I-E in it. That's all I need to say. Number 2, after about 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe even 3 or 4 weeks, which is rare, they're going to announce to social media, what? I just lost 10 to 15 pounds. Look at me. And then they get all their accolades, they get all their likes. And what happens after that? They're done. They got their short-term dopamine rush, and now they're into the fight. So you're going to have to do wholesaling the opposite way. Don't announce to the world you're wholesaling. Start doing it. Become a wholesaler. Stop talking about it. This entire world just wants to talk about what people want to be. Stop listening to people and just watch what they do. Okay. I'm back. I lost my internet. I'm sorry about that. So hopefully you guys can see me. I just lost the internet. I'll tell you some good stories before I leave. I did run into a grizzly bear yesterday. That was a lot of fun. I actually went with a bear guide, if you can believe that. I was a little nervous about it, but okay. So I'm back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully it won't happen again. And let's see here. Let me see if we're back. This is the only challenge being on the road. Okay, awesome. So, guys, when it comes to family, just show them. And it's going to be very painful the first 6 to 12 months. And I'm just telling you, they're going to try to tell you, are you a realtor? Are you not? They don't understand. They want to put you in a corner. And then they're going to tell you this line. And this is when you need to listen to me carefully. They go, listen, that sounds risky, a little bit scammy. Why don't you do something safe? And you're so tempted to say, well, what you do is anything but safe because you're always broke, you're miserable, and you guys go to like Disney World once a year with your family. That is not luxury to me. That is not like how I want to live my life, but you can't say that. So remember, you have to take the stoic approach and just go, listen, this is my direction. I'm confident in what I'm doing, and just support me. And that's it. And that's just move on. They're going to tear you up. And the more you try to defend yourself with your family, the worse it gets. And guys, if you think family's bad, here's the challenge with wholesaling is you're going to go with friends. And then when friends go out to dinner or they go to a bar or a social setting, they're going to say, well, what do you do for a living? And most are going to go, well, I quit my job. I'm doing this thing called wholesaling. Don't even waste your time. Your real friends, the people that care about you the most, they'll support you, but they still don't understand what you're doing. In fact, I had to demonstrate and show my wife how it worked. You know how I demonstrated? Put cash in your bank account. That's how you demonstrate it, because they're going to see a lot of heartache, a lot of pain you're going to have to go through, a lot of rejection. The biggest flex you can do with your family is take care of them. How do you do that? There's 2 ways. Number 1, you spend time with them. How can I spend time with them? Is if you understand you do not get compensated by the amount of hours you work, you get compensated by the amount of people you help out in life. So if you're good, no problem. I didn't figure that out still as 33. But if you understand that, you can work to become the person you want to become. It is a work in progress. Think about a painting. When Picasso painted, everyone said, that is the ugliest painting I've ever seen. Until it was done, then people still questioned him. And then when did all this stuff really get popular? When he died. People didn't appreciate it. It's the same thing. No one's going to appreciate your journey. So you have to be the person that actually appreciates your friends, your family. No one's going to appreciate it. So don't over-explain to them. Show. You know how you show? You hang in there and you don't quit wholesaling. And then you go on trips like this and you take them. That's when they're like, man, I love this wholesaling. It's the greatest thing. And they become your biggest defender. But honestly, the first 6 months, especially the year, it doesn't look pretty. It's like surgery. You ever watched like a surgery on a video? It's like, what are you doing? It looks terrible. It's like when you remodel a house, you got to rip the walls down. That's what we're talking about. And if you don't do that, you're not going to get where you want to go in wholesaling, and you have to understand that. Let me guess. So let's go back to other excuses you all are using. Ready? This is my favorite. And I'm doing this by the feedback I hear from you guys. Well, Rick, there's this legislation coming out that's really like, I think wholesaling might be going away. Oh, then leave, leave. Wholesaling is like 96% legal in the entire United States. And honestly, there will always be a will and a way. Remember, wholesaling was founded by entrepreneurs to solve a problem that the government couldn't solve, realtors couldn't solve, regular cash customers couldn't solve. And we put a service together, and we are basically the pawn shop of real estate. I encourage you to do it the right way, the ethical way. The best way to do it is first go over to freewholesaling.com. That is how you get an education. Here's the best part is I give you the whole thing for free. Me and Zach are the only ones out there that give you 100% for free. And guys, when I talk about walking the walk, I want you to think about this. I've been in this 23 years. I had such an influence on my family. I changed the entire projection of my financial future. And I was able to spend, I have 2 kids, not just Zach. Zach was 3 when I started wholesaling. And I was able to spend all this time with him because of wholesaling. Now, I didn't know the byproduct that he'd wind up being my business partner one day, but Show me any other influencers out there that bring their kids along on the ride, because I get it. Not everybody wants to do wholesaling, and it was never a requirement. But the main reason Zach got into wholesaling is because he watched what I did. And I learned quickly, if you lecture your kids and just tell them what they want to, like, don't drink, and then you constantly drink even on the weekends, what's the point? Like, you're already setting them up for failure. And we're going to talk about that. But I led by example first. I freed my time up. I did. It was painful the first year and a half, but I did it. And then once I got my wholesaling right, I came financially free and I could do whatever I want. I traveled all over the state, all over the country with my son to do wrestling tournaments because that's what he loved to do. But most important, I was able to spend time. And that's when we asked, he goes, Dad, what do you do for a living? And I go, okay, this is the right time. And I made him go out and get a regular job at the grocery store. You guys can look it up. His Bag to Riches story, I made him document it. And it was one of the best life learning lessons you can do. What I'm saying is you have to lead by example. Everybody wants to bark orders on the internet. So I've been doing this 23 years. That should be proof enough. I've done over 3,500 deals, but I'm still questioning this day. Are you legit? Like, I don't care. If you don't know me, you don't know me. I don't care. But why do I have a son that does thousands of deals? I walk the talk. I show and I lead, and that's all I care about. And at the end of the day, you got to stop worrying what other people care about you. Most importantly are these politicians that write these ridiculous laws. They're mostly geared towards catering. So everybody becomes a licensed realtor so they can control you and do everything. It's not going to fix any problems. You know, realtors have some of the worst crimes. Like they commit plenty of felonies. And guys, if you're going to commit fraud, you're going to do forgery, there's already laws in the books. And so if you're going to let this scare you away from you, you know what? You would have never made it in wholesaling anyway. So there's plenty of people that will scare you all day with these videos. We all hate these legislation laws, but do you really think we're just going to hire lobbyists and wipe them all out? You're better off to swing the bat with a lawyer. My problem, and the challenge is, if we raised enough money and we had a legitimate wholesaler that the homeowner backed up and we had a clean transaction and they still got attacked for wholesaling, that would be our case law. Do you think I trust a lobbyist? Like, they need millions of dollars. It's basically like a lawyer, like, on bribery. So I would choose the path of a lawyer on a legal defense as opposed to that. But what you have to understand is wholesaling is completely legal in the United States. And if anything, you should run faster than you walk when you get wholesaling, because it's not an excuse. Imagine this. If I told you there's 50 states in America and you can travel to 48 of them, but you go, well, what about the 2 I can't travel to? Type of person, it's probably not going to work. Hopefully my internet will stick here and we can do it. I'm going to keep moving in case I get cut off here. So here's the reality of it, guys. You ready? Are you scared of being uncomfortable? Because I find this is like one of the biggest truths in this. And I get it. I live this life. And I'm telling you, you have to understand that if you are scared of being uncomfortable, it's a trap. Because life, listen, you were born in this world in a violent, violent way. Think about it. I mean, your mother dropped you out. I'm not going to get the graphics on it. You got smacked, got a cord cut, and they wiped you off. And then you didn't know anything really for the first year or 2, and you figured out the entire way. We've all gone through that exact same journey. You're going to have to grow for the rest of your life to actually make it work. So it's uncomfortable being born, but what are you going to, like, not be born? And so everything you're going to do is going to be a progression in life. And so I've learned this. If you're scared of being uncomfortable, it's okay. But if your scaredness keeps you in that uncomfortable, I promise you, you are going to have a difficult time, not only in wholesaling, but you're going to have it in life. And the thing is, comfort feels good now, but it's long-term torture. And you know exactly what I mean. You're going to have to make a sacrifice to make this truth. It's truthful. Sorry about the internet. It's bouncing a little bit. So let's talk about this. Here's the real thing. What is the truth? What is the big snag in wholesaling? Why do people freak out? It's not the market. It's not saturation. It's not family. Okay. It's not your friends. It's definitely not the politicians and the legislators that write these ridiculous laws, which we all disagree on the laws. Like even people that don't agree with what me and Zach do, we all agree it's ridiculous. But I'm not going to sit here and spend my time and energy on it and just try to, like, if I could change it, I would, but it'd probably take millions and millions of dollars with a lobbyist, and we're probably already late to the party. Let's be brutally honest. So at worst case, if they outlaw wholesaling, I will show you 5 ways you can easily do any real estate deal in any state in the United States. I'm not going to share it till a lot of the stuff settles down, but it's easy. Remember, wholesaling was created out of a need because most realtors couldn't solve problematic property. So I promise you, if they do that, I have a million ways I can do it. I have the experience, I have the paperwork, and I'm ready to do it. That's how I'm going to fight it. I'm not going to sit here and go battle royal with NAR, the largest lobbying group in the United States. And honestly, do you really think us wholesalers are going to be able to beat them? Even if you put 500 together, you would have to raise hundreds of millions of dollars to make a thing. And the last thing I want to do is waste money. Entrepreneurs are very smart with their money, and I don't want to waste. So make sure whatever you do, you want to fight the fight. Number 1, read your laws. Number 2, get involved. Reach out to your local legislators, your local Congress people, your state representatives, and go meet with them. I know the exact 2 in my area, and I try to do it at least once, if not twice a year. If you don't know them, then we can't sit here and complain. Everybody's waiting around for somebody else to do something about wholesaling. Number 1, you start, read your laws, understand what you can and cannot do, and get legal interpretation between your title and a lawyer. Because if I put 10 lawyers on here, depending on what agenda I want to spin you, that's what they do. And all you got to do is write them a check or do business with them. 50% of lawyers are wrong every day. I'm not a big fan of lawyers. Nobody likes them, but they are a necessity, especially in the United States. So I'm not going to hang on that one. But here's the truth, guys. You ready for this? It's your mindset. It's nothing else other than your mindset. I promise you. It's not the market. It's not saturation. It's not the laws. It's not your friends. It's not your families. It's right here. As soon as you understand this is your operating system on how you do everything, how you do today is how you do everything in life, period. And I believe in that wholeheartedly because I always try to get by. I got a high school education. I got a college education. I got a great corporate job. It was basically a prison I created on my own. And I fell into the traps of my teachers, my educators, my parents, and my family. And if you feel the same way, I'm here to tell you, I can show you how to do wholesaling. Freewholesaling.com, real simple. Actually, I'm just going to scroll it here on the bottom so nobody forgets it. And here's the good news is I don't have anything to sell you on it. What? He's not going to sell us anything? Yeah. What? About the only wholesaler out here that doesn't pitch you all day long. Now, do I have products? Yes, but they all align with what I do. Do I have affiliates? I'm not a big fan of affiliates. Like, no problem with them. There's great products out there. I go all in on the one thing I created, X Leads. It is the greatest product out there for wholesalers. It will solve 90% of your problems. You're missing leads, underwriting, property, CRM, everything. And we constantly infuse it with AI. If you don't believe me, you can check it out. But freewholesaling.com, put it on. It's your mindset. So I would love to hear in the comments from you guys, what do you think is really holding you back in your mind? Like and let's talk particularly in wholesaling. And then we can translate wholesaling, whatever other avenues of life that it's holding you back. But I'm just here to tell you is we have to get back. If you can't do this, so many people go into wholesaling and they operate on their old operating system. What do I mean by that? You're operating on the old version of yourself that you hated your corporate job. You hated school. You didn't want to be what your parents were financially. It doesn't mean you don't love them. Guys, my parents are broke. Like I had to make a radical change in my life. But the problem is I made the change and it took me a good 4 to 5 years to change my mindset. And if I could have done it in reverse order, I would have done my mindset first. It would have been so much easier. The truth is most of you guys are comparing yourself to just average people around you. If you want to be average, just turn this off. I'm not going to help you out. I'm probably going to like screw you up. So here's what I tell everybody on this, on the mindset. You ready for this? Number one, I love this one. Are you ready to meet the real you? Most people aren't. If you can't answer this question, don't even come in the wholesaling, because until you understand the real you and what you can deal with, and understanding your limitations are solely here in your mind. Oh, Rick, I don't like rejection. I like when people say no. Mindset limitation. Rick, I'm scared of cold call. People are going to reject you. Your own mindset limitation. You can do anything you absolutely want. You have to make that decision. And if you don't make that decision and you let everybody else around you make it for you, you can kiss this goodbye behind you, because you know exactly who you're going to be. You're going to be in the same small town where you grew up, which I don't have a problem with it. I just want you to have the ability to get out, show your family the rest of the world. Guys, wholesaling has radically changed my life. Not only do I walk the talk after past 23 years, I brought my son in the business. You know how I did it? I didn't tell him to do it. I led, I showed. How many other influencers do you see doing it like with their family? There are people out there, and I give them credit because it's not easy. But like, you really got to be passionate about what you do to bring your children in it, because this is a tough business. But I believe in it so much, I would risk my own son's failure to do it. Period. End of story. And it's not a requirement. Don't get me wrong. It's not for everyone, and I get it. But I'm just telling you, to me, is you got to walk the talk. I only had 2 kids. I had one go in the wholesaling, one go in the medical. One takes care of dad financially, one does it medically. It's perfect, but they both pursued their passions. But I led one, and then my daughter made other choices, and I'm fine with that. Wholesaling is not for everybody. She never really wanted to do business, but she sees the lifestyle it brings, and it intrigues her. So she does invest in real estate. She does understand it, and she's slowly picking it up. But we have to, make decisions in life. But guys, are you ready to meet the real you? Because if you're not, wholesaling is going to be a disaster. End of story. I promise you. Because if you can't meet the real you, wholesaling is going to show you the real you, and some of you are going to freak out and you're going to get scared. And then you're going to go, uh-oh, what do I do? Oh my God, what do I do? And I'm here to tell you, if you can meet the real yourself, then you can do this. You can accept the sacrifice. Because let's be honest, guys, most of you just don't want to do the sacrifice. I didn't. I thought, sacrifice, he's just talking. And I didn't believe anyone. I'm telling you, if you accept one fact from everything I'm telling you on this live stream, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. The price of success in wholesaling is going to be sacrificing. How much you're going to sacrifice? It's not long. It's a maximum 2 years. And the first 6 months to 9 months is the most painful part. Kind of like childbirth, if you think about it. It's tough. But suffering's going to be the price of making it work in wholesaling. If you're trying to avoid suffering, this is painful. And I was able to use wholesaling. Once I fixed wholesaling, I could fix every other part of my life. Because once I could conquer that, I could easily conquer my body physically, like it was a piece of cake. I thought wholesaling was much harder than like physically working out. But I built that up in my mind. Is that the reality? No. Anybody could be in any physical shape they want. What's the difference? It's right here. Either you have a standard or you don't. And if you haven't had one before, it's probably the reason you're watching this live stream. You got to figure out how to change your mindset to get it done. And here's what you have to do it. You ready? You got to go to battle with your mind. And when I mean battle, you guys are having brutal conversations with yourself. I used to. You can't let it in your head anymore. You have to tell yourself who's in charge. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter, and you have to be willing to tell yourself the truth. This is why you have to meet the real you. Most people, 9 out of 10, walk around and never want to deal with the truth, never want to deal with the issue, are shocked when they have terrible disease or something. And I don't want that on anyone. But let's face it, guys, some of us are digging our own graves by what we eat, what we do, our inactivity in life. I mean, go to a theme park in America. Look what's going on around you. You don't even got to go to the beach. Just go out in a public park. This is who you're competing with. Do you understand that? I'm trying to give you some good news here. You're not competing with like just killers out there. Most people quit. And the difference is they don't have the mindset. I'm telling you, if you can fix the mindset, anybody can wholesale. But if you get in the wholesaling and you constantly try to revert back to your old self and your self-limiting beliefs, this thing's going to be a disaster right off the bat. I was able to get through it, but I suffered through it. And if someone just say, Rick, you're just going to have to forget everything you knew before wholesaling. You're going to have to trust the process at freewholesaling.com. And you got to go out and put yourself out there, accept rejection, and just keep showing up every day until you figure it out. Do you think it's any different with like an MMA fighter, with a football player, with a soccer player, with a basketball? It's the same thing, man. The only difference is they keep showing up every day. They sucked in the beginning. Guys, if you met me as a new wholesaler, you would have most of you were 10 times better than I was. And that's what I want you to understand going into today is the biggest thing stopping you is not the market. It's not all this other stuff I've said to you. The biggest thing is right here in your mind. You have to understand this. Guys, you got a question, put in the comments, and I will answer them at the end, I promise you. So the biggest question is, hey, Rick, how do we fix it? I am so glad you asked that question. How do we fix the mindset? Oh, this is where it gets fun. Now, before I get into this, understanding, I don't care if you're 14, 13 watching this, or you're 95. If you want to get into wholesaling and you've got to be truthful with yourself and you've quit everything else you started, if you do not change your mindset, you're going to repeat the exact same pattern in wholesaling. But wholesaling, it'll just be quicker. That's my prediction. So if you have a tendency to quit everything you start, or Rick, this guy or gal represented this job and it wasn't what it was supposed to be, just stop with the excuses. Go, it's my fault I'm in this position and no one's coming to save me. I'm going to dig myself out of it. If you accept that, we can do anything going forward. If you can't, there's nothing I can say to you. So understanding, if you were in a corporate job, you were making average money and you had no chance for promotion and you thought your boss was an ass, that's fine. But it's your fault. It's not the job. It's not the market. And that's the problem. You got to have a self-honesty assessment and go, I never really put myself out of there. I've been comfortable. Listen, if you've been in the same job like 5 years, you're taking no risk. You love comfort and change scares the hell out of you. When are you going to be brutally honest with yourself? So shocked you failed at wholesaling because you took your old mindset into this new business. It's never going to work. So what do? We have to think about this. What's the first thing you have to do to change this mindset where you go all in on wholesaling? It's simple, guys. It's actually simple. Number one, forge a path where you're going through it no matter what. How do I do that? Teach your mind to obey you. Most of you basically run your mind on how you feel at this moment. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. You notice a pattern here. I say it every time. You have to make a sacrifice. You don't make a sacrifice, you're never going to get work. A sacrifice means you're willing to forfeit comfort today for abundancy down the road. You're going to have to sacrifice. What's sacrifice? You got to stop going out partying. You might have to stop drinking. You're going to have to get up a couple hours earlier to study, freewholesaling.com. You might have to, you're going to have to skip vacations. Listen, if you don't have a lot of money and you have credit card balances, you should not be on vacation. Period. End of story. I used to do it all the time. You're like the federal government. You just keep racking up a debt. And then one day you turn to your family and go, I don't know how I got this way. Stop lying to yourself. Just admit the truth and go, I put myself in the hole. I got to dig it out. At 33, I decided to make this decision. And I want you guys to understand you can do the exact same thing. So first thing, you have to run your mind. Your mind can't run you. I don't care what it feels like at the moment. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. If everybody's going out to the bars to party, your sacrifice is staying back and trying to find a way to connect and make wholesaling work. Freewholesaling.com. Go to Zach Discord, Wholesaling Houses for Real. Go to our school group. We're the only guys that give it away for free. Do you want me to charge you $5 or $7 grand? Honestly, you guys are tempting me because I don't have competition because I don't care about competition, but they're like, well, people take us seriously because we charge them. I'm like, good. You still got the same failure rate. You guys, you make wholesaling like the second coming, like it's the easiest thing in the world. It's not. I'm going to tell you it's hard. And if you're not going to fight for it by changing your mindset first, don't bother with this business. I'm telling you the truth. I'm trying to get the 90 to 95% ratio down to like 60. Listen, there's a certain amount of people who are just going to quit no matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you go in the fire academy, the police academy, the wholesaling academy, the Navy SEALs, whatever it is. There's just certain people that just aren't cut out for it. The lifestyle we seek is way above average. It's so far above average that what I can earn in a month, most people would have to take 4 to 5 years just to earn alone. Did I ever thought that was possible? No, but that was my old mindset. Remember, I killed my old self to find my new, and it was painful. And if that sounds scary to you, good, because it's the truth. Your friends are going to change. The place where you live is going to change. You're going to stop. Guys, stop going out to eat if you don't have money. It makes no sense. I just don't understand. I look around. I see these luxury cars, these luxury boats. I go, man, everybody must. Either everybody's rich or people living way above their means. You tell me. I'm a very conservative person, man. I'd rather have money in a bank account than sit there and flash you guys. That's what a lot of gurus do. I don't understand it. Flashing your car and a place you lease and a plane you rent, it's kind of embarrassing. So here's a little hint. Wealthy people, they never have to flash their stuff. They don't hold a watch up or wrist like that. Because that's what people who are trying to sell you something do. And don't ever forget it. It's just the God knows truth on it. So if we teach our mind to obey yourself, the next one you have to understand. You ready? Command your emotions, do not serve them. This is a tough lesson you're going to have to learn in wholesaling, because if you bring your emotions into wholesaling, it's going to be extremely painful. Yes, you are going to work with your motivated sellers, highly motivated sellers, and they're going to be extremely emotional and dump on you. That's called a reaction. I teach you through freewholesaling.com how to do a response. Remember, if you're only bidding for a property, meaning the highest price wins, you're not a wholesaler. You're a retail buyer. Go get a realtor on MLS. There's plenty of people that teach you that. I don't teach you that. That has nothing to do with wholesaling. Novations, by the way, nothing to do with wholesaling. I'll debate anybody. Anybody wants to go on it? How is novations wholesaling? Wholesaling, we don't switch out contracts and write one contract and plug it in with a retail contract. Wholesaling is basically cash deals. We all know it. Novation is trying to sell everything retail. And the thing is, a lot of you guys think you're cutting, like you're getting ahead. You're getting the easy button. Why compete with wholesalers like Rick and Zach when I can just skip to the front of the line of novations? Good. Let me know how it works out. I promise you the easy path you take, that's called comfort, and it's going to be extremely painful down the road. You have to understand this. So if we understand that, we have to focus on who you're becoming as opposed to what feels good now. Yeah, it's a misspelling. Focus on who you're becoming as opposed to how you feel right now, because that is the key reference in wholesaling that freaks people out. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm getting rejected. I don't have a contract signed. Good. That's the process. That's the battle. Let me ask you this. Do you think a boxer or an MMA fighter or something do you think they cry when they get beat the first 10, 15 times they get in the ring? No, they get their butt kicked. Listen, I remember when Zach wrestling, I knew it was going to be tough the first year. Hell, the first 2 years I wrestled, I got destroyed. But people only remember where you end. They don't focus on where you start. But we all have to start somewhere. And if you're going to quit because you are not a perfectionist in wholesaling, then you're never going to make it. It doesn't matter. So you have to remove emotions from wholesaling because it will rip your heart apart. Guys, let me ask you this. Why do you think wealthy people remain wealthy, like no matter what happens? It's because they know what to do with money. Quick lesson. Wealthy people, they buy things that grow and pay them. They buy assets like real estate, like what you and me are talking about wholesaling. Why? Because real estate always goes up. Don't believe me? Look at the charts for the last 100 years. Show me any other asset class that constantly goes up in value. There's a few others. There's precious metals, gold. Gold's a proven one. Silver, I do like crypto. I'm not an expert on crypto. I don't confuse wholesaling and crypto ever. They're completely different things. And I'm a hobbyist, and you guys could probably help me out with it. But we invest in things that go up. So when I buy something, I want to buy an asset that pays me. Poor people buy things that make them feel good right now and become a liability, meaning money transfers from their pocket and goes into it. And then when they go to sell it, it's worth half what it was. That's the difference. And you should only buy luxury items once you've taken care of everything else in your family and you can afford it. If you're going out and buying dinners all the time and you can't afford it, stop it. You're not impressing anybody. It does not work. Does everybody understand that? Put in the comments. I'm almost done here. We're going to hop on some lives here. And then what I'll do is actually I'll put in the comments and we'll do some time. We'll have some fun here. But I'm trying to tell you guys, you're going to have to fix the mindset first. Because if the mind's broken, I don't care if you hire Tony Robbins to teach you to master your life. If you don't change your mindset, not even Tony Robbins can help you. Not Alex Hormozy, not Dean Grazioso, you name it. Not Warren Buffett's investing. If you don't change your mind, do you think Warren Buffett buys stuff that makes him feel good every day? If you're addicted to Amazon, other than basic essentials, you're hurting your family. And you have to understand that. We have to fix this, guys. We have to fix it. So moving forward, how else can we fix this? Okay, I got it. If I have to focus on the long term and not the short term, and I know I have to do some suffering in it, what do we have to do? I lost my a little slow. So understand this. Weakness is like the most contagious disease in America. But here's the crazy part. So is strength. Let me demonstrate it. You ever been around like really weak-minded people, especially when you're younger, and you're like, why are you working so hard? Why are you doing this? I'm telling you, like, they start to tell you shouldn't work as hard as your boss. Why are you doing that? They won't appreciate you. I used to have people surround me just in regular corporate world. I'm like thinking like, yeah, if I work too hard, they're going to expect it. And then you would hold back. And listen, you get caught in this corporate rat race. And if you ever been around someone and go, my God, you are like the strongest person I know. You make a ton of money. I really enjoy your positive attitude. Everybody loves being around you. Like that person to me is even more contagious. But here's the problem is they're rare. It's like spotting that special, like almost extinct bear. It's like sometimes I feel like in America, it's like trying to find Bigfoot. I don't even know if Bigfoot exists, but I'm just telling you is if weakness is highly contagious, I'm telling you strength's 10 times more contagious. But the problem is it's harder to find in America now. And when I mean strength, it's about taking care of your family, taking care of your mindset to get truly whatever you want. I'm going to put this comment out there, and this is so true. Discipline in the dark makes you extremely dangerous in the light. But the problem is when no one's looking, what are you doing? Is your discipline showing who the person you're becoming? Forget who you are now. It is a work in progress. Think about Picasso when he paints his paintings. They look terrible. Like, you ever watch a painter, like until they put on those final strokes, their art is not appreciated. Why do you think it's any different in wholesaling? It's the exact same thing. Guys, the bottom line is nothing valuable comes without pain. And pain is sacrifice. It is delaying gratification to get something you want in the future. If you can't do it, I promise you, anything I teach you at freewholesaling.com is not going to work. You can take anyone's course. It doesn't matter. I'm just not going to smack you over the head. Why? Because I'm just going to give it to you because nobody else does. Number two, I believe in you. I support the wholesaling community. Me and Zach support it more than anybody. Why? Because we put all our stuff out there. I know everyone's IP address. We keep an entire spreadsheet. I know every guru that's downloaded. I know every time they look at it. I know every live they look at with us, we know it. I don't care. I don't blame them. They're smart. But you've got to understand, I'm willing to risk everything, my reputation and everything, to put it out there. And so why does everybody else have to pay to get behind this paywall? I don't understand. You want to fix wholesaling, like we need to make things more transparent, especially in how we teach it. Listen, wholesaling is not for everyone, and I know that. But like we're bringing people in here that don't want to work. And that's how we're getting really bad people into the system. Listen, if you're a bad person, I don't even think if you learn wholesaling the right way, I can't make you do it the correct way. And if you're a bad person, we got bad cops, bad teachers, wholesaling is no different. So here's the little secret. Here, I'm going to give you some context on how you could really focus on wholesaling. It's going to be shocking, okay? You ready for this? Here we go. Wholesale like your life depends on it. And you can tell I'm on the road because I can't spell. Well, my spell check doesn't work on the road. Let me fix it. One thing I learned in school was how to, thank God I had good teachers that did spelling. I was not an easy student. Wholesale like your life depends on it. Because guess what? Here's a shocking truth. It does. Your life does depend on it. You guys don't think it does until it does, until like you can't pay the rent, you can't pay the mortgage, you can't get diapers for your kid. If you keep living the life of comfort, think you're just getting by, or you're one of these people trying to keep up with the Joneses, here's a strong statement. You guys have heard me say this before. You got two choices at this point. You can look rich, not hard to do. You just keep up. You know, I constantly see people flashing on the internet. Look at the place I live. Okay, great. You leased the place. Awesome. I mean, and I got no problem with it, but just stop representing it like it's your own. It's not your lease. Anybody can lease it. It doesn't 10, 20 grand a month can make you look like you own a $20 million mansion. I don't care. Oh, look at the car I drive over and over. My God, how many cars do I have to see you drive? Like it's a depreciating asset. I get it. You don't understand how to invest. Listen, wait to buy those things till you absolutely sacrifice. But you have to wholesale like your life depends on it, because guess what? Your family is depending on you. And if you don't start making the sacrifices, stop talking about wholesaling, go out there and do it. How many sellers did you talk today? How many did you put on the phone? How many did you meet in person? How many appointments did you go on? How many contracts did you write? That's what I want to know from you. That's receipts. Everything else is just talk. And I want you guys to be successful. In fact, here's the statement right here. You've got to choose discomfort now. Because if you don't choose it in your mind and make a conscious decision, and you constantly like, I want to go there, but I still want to watch Netflix. I still want to I want to go out and party. I mean, Mark knows this. This is a, what's his name? Mark's quote is with Eric Thomas, right? Succeed as bad as you want to breathe. I promise you, you don't know how valuable it is breathing till you stick your head underwater and someone takes it away from you. And wholesaling is going to be no different. You're going to have to choose discomfort now. And if you'll choose discomfort now, here's your reward behind you. Because I've been doing this 23 years. I didn't do this overnight. I'm not an overnight success. I'm a 7-year success thing. Now, the thing is, I got very successful in 2 years, but I lost it multiple times because I didn't know how to take care of money. And that was a whole separate journey, which I always share with you guys anyways, but I'm here to focus on wholesaling. Please choose discomfort now, because it is the path to get you whatever you want. Remember, discipline in the dark makes you dangerous during the day, period. So when I'm not on this, I'm sharpening my blade all the time. So don't be the person. So I said earlier, you can choose to look rich, which is the biggest problem in America, which is 8 out of 10 people. You know what I'm saying? They lease their car. They want to look good. Everything's, let's get payments. Let's get payments. Let's run up credit cards. That's how our United States government's wind up where it is. Hopefully we're fixing it. That's another show. But the reality is, if you want to look rich, it's a full-time job, and eventually you will choke yourself out. If you want to become rich, don't even try to compete with the people that look rich, because they will never make it. pay off your mom's house. That's a flex, man. That's badass stuff. Go buy a second home if you can afford it. But like only do it after you solve wholesaling. And if you do it correctly, you can hit this out of the park. Choose discomfort now. Because remember, the path of least resistance means you'll be broke. Anything you do the easy way, eventually it will break on you. You name it. Put it in the comments. Anything that you take the easiest path for, you're going to suffer horribly. And remember this, guys, I'm going to leave you, and we'll jump on some live answers and questions. You were not born to be average. I'm sitting on a piece of wood and it hurts. You weren't born to be average. Do you think God put you on this earth just to be average? Listen, I had a great childhood, but like we were not like even slight. Like you guys talk about the middle class. I was somewhere below the middle class, and it's what's created a lot of drive in me. And like I just don't want to suffer like that. I don't think anybody should suffer like that. And if you choose wholesaling, that's awesome. But I promise you, if you choose wholesaling with your old mindset, you're going to suffer horribly. And if I can stop someone from starting wholesaling because some guru said, hey, I'll show you how to do it. Pay me and I'll show you how to do it. I promise, just go over to freewholesaling.com right now and I'll save you the aggravation. Because that's how you truly figure out wholesaling. Because here's the secret. You pay someone 100 grand and you can do it for free. Your mind's going to have to go on that same journey. And if you don't embrace it, it's going to be absolutely brutal. So guys, it's all in your mind. Everything you do is in your mind. And remember at the end, I'll leave you with this last one and we're going to answer a bunch of questions here. Are you ready to meet the real you? Because if you are, you want to tell yourself the truth and you want to work on yourself every day and understanding you are like a Picasso painting. You're putting on the first few blobs. They're ugly. You're going to get rejected. You're going to get your butt kicked. But every now and then, if you put forth the effort, instead of trying to learn wholesaling for 5 years, which is what a lot of people do, just put it together and blow through it in 3 to 4 months. And you have to take action. You can't just sit there and read theory. Guys, I was the worst guy in school to understand theory. I couldn't take it. I hated theory more than anything. If you got me active and got me doing something, I can learn anything. Our nervous systems are designed to take action. Listen, let me ask you this. If you rode a bike, if you wanted to learn how to ride a bike, say you never rode a bike before, do you think you can read an entire book on it, watch videos on it? Well, it'll give you some idea of it, but you're going to have to go through. And if you're really brave, you don't do knee pads. We didn't have helmets when I grew up. I don't understand. Like I get the helmet safety thing, but I rode a bike fine without a helmet. Like you can get off the bike. I don't want someone to get hit by a car. I think that's why I'm not saying don't put your kids in safety helmets, but you're going to have to take a risk. And if you're risky, want to join wholesaling, lose your old mindset, embrace the new one, and go knock it out of the park. So let me put it back up here. If you guys want to learn, freewholesaling.com. Just go over there if you want to get started. We have a free school group. It's a great community. It's the largest wholesaling community out there. Don't believe me? Go on there. Check it out. I promise you will enjoy it. So let me answer some questions on there. And we will do a couple one-on-ones if we have some time here. And so Steve's right. A man can only be tested under pressure. Diamonds are only made by intense pressure on coal. If you're soft and weak and you've never been tested, it's crazy. And guys, you have a duty. Guys and gals, you have a duty to take care of your family out there. How are you going to take care of your family going to a regular 9-to-5 job, trading your hours? You're being taxed to death. Probably half your paychecks goes to taxes if you make under 100 grand a year. And then honestly, if you make more than 250, it's 10 times worse. You got to like really figure it out. And it's a constant journey. So cost of living's through the roof, cost of real estate's through the roof. The one thing is you guys keep seeing real estate go up. Why do you think wholesaling is going to be any different? This is one of the greatest ways, in my opinion, to reduce your risk and maximize your reward. Is it easy? No, but it's a lot of fun. because you get to go to places like this behind me. As I said, I'm in the Canadian Rockies. I'll be here, I don't know, as long as I'm having a good time with it. And I'm showing you this because this is my 23-year journey. Now, when I first started out, honestly, I'd be lucky to go 2 towns down to go to the beach for the day to put gas in my car. That's how brutal it was. And if you understand that, I didn't start out this way. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get rich overnight. And you've got to understand this is you're going to have to make a sacrifice. So remember, Picasso painting, you start out painting, it is ugly. I don't know why you guys expect wholesaling just to be like so pretty, so perfect right off the bat, because it's not. And if you can accept that by starting with your mind, we can do anything. Let's see if we can answer some questions here. And I'm going to jump on some lives. I love the comments on here. It's pretty cool, man. And Mark says that, everybody on social media is a billionaire. And guys, by the way, I've only met 2 billionaires in my 23 years. And I'm a pretty good entrepreneur, but like they're rare. Anybody can say they're a billionaire, like proven billionaires. They ain't on the internet. Sorry. You won't see them on the internet. They're very, very rare. There's a few Mark Cuban stuff like that, but for the most part, they don't get rich by bragging on the internet. So understand that. Remember, I'm just trying to help you get started in wholesaling. And we need to do that. So Tatiana gets it. She says, you have to make sacrifice. Anything good that comes in life is going to require tremendous sacrifice. And guys, it's my goal always has been to, once my kids were on their own. So my son's wildly successful, as you know. And guys, I led. I didn't show him. I led. This is what I did. Meaning I didn't sit there and lecture to him. Don't do this. Don't do that. Go safe. I go, son, everything you want out there in life, you can go out and get. I had the same conversation with my daughter. And I go through financial planning with my daughter to help educate her about money. She's really good with it. I've programmed her since 14. She took a different path. But like, if I'm willing to lead my son down that path, and you guys know if you raise kids, how tough it is, I believe in anybody. And it was one of God's greatest lessons to me to teach him how to do wholesaling, because it taught me really how to teach it to the rest of the world. Most people in wholesaling try to talk way above you. They try to talk very advanced. You just need to get your first deal. You need to get your first couple deals and get the 5 deals to do this full time and really be a professional at it. And if you understand that, then you can do anything you want in wholesaling. But we all have to start somewhere, and we have to find a way to do that. Let's see here. Let's see this. Take this comment here. Mari says, I took my daughter with me driving for dollars, and every time I told her I was scared, she told me to do it anyways. Smart kid. And kids are very curious. Why? Because they don't have a lot of limitations on their mind. And when you have limitations on your mind, you're stuck. And when you're stuck, guys, listen, have you ever met that old man just kind of stuck in his ways, crabby? And it's because they quit early in life. I'm sorry. It's the truth. You should grow to the day you die. I was in the gym the other day over here at a hotel, and there's an 82-year-old man that basically had a walker, and he's still lifting weights. God bless him. Because he understands that the more muscle, the more flexibility he has, the longer and more options he's going to have in his life, and you have to understand that. So finish this. I'm doing this for her. I'm at my W-2 now, but tomorrow I'll be back at it again. That's awesome. And guys, that's how I got Zach involved. Like, hey, let's hop in the car. He used to kind of play with all the trinkets in the attics in the garage, and I eventually switched him over and showed him where the real money was. And I want you guys to do the exact same with it. So, let's see here. Okay. Let's jump over to the live stream. If you got any more questions, put them in here. I'll scroll through them as I go through it. As I said, I'm not in my regular office, but we'll figure it out. Everybody's asking where I'm at. I'm up in the Canadian Rockies. What's the temperature? It's like 38 degrees out right now. Really cool river behind me there. I forget the name of the river. I'll have to look it up and figure it out. Um, I'll look at some of your questions on there. Okay, awesome. So let me try the volume because I've had problems with the volume as of lately, but Wisdom, you there? Uh-oh. Did I kick him off?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, you sound like a robot. You there?
My apologies. Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, your audio is really chopped up. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you mobile?
I'm on Wi-Fi right now, but I can actually turn it off.
Do me a favor. Hop out and hop back in, and let me just see if I can get a better connection with you. Okay?
Gotcha.
It's brutal. I can only hear every third word. Okay, we'll try that again while he's waiting. Anybody else waiting to come on? Why? Steve, I don't think so. I think they're down in California. So I was down there last month. I've actually been traveling quite a bit, and I wouldn't worry about it. So yeah, Mark hits it head on the nail, nail on the head, and yeah, that is the Bow River behind me, and the don't ask me to name mountains; it ain't gonna happen. But I love this, guys. And so if you had a question, put in there, and I'm waiting to see if I can get Wisdom's audio to come back on. Let's see. So press says, I know I'm catching in the middle of, I'm willing to role play cold call whoever issue like sounding a confident challenge. And press, dude, just hop on a live. Let's do it. Let's see what you're made of. I'll do it with anyone. I don't care. I was going to bring a live seller on today, but I have to call him tonight. So at the time difference, it just didn't work out. So at worst case, I'll record it and I'll put it in our course. That's what we always do. So yeah, every now and then I do talk to sellers. I like to talk to difficult ones, the easy ones. How many years I've been wholesaling? 23. Not many people there are some people with more than me, but as I said, it's a badge of courage. So, okay, let me try Wisdom one more time here. Okay,
yes, sir.
Wisdom. Go ahead. Well, do
me
me a favor. Just ask a question. If I can understand it, I might disconnect you and just because it could be my internet connection, but I don't know.
No, I got you. You can't hear me. I just asked the question in the chat. Basically, I was asking, so based off the 70% rule, I have a deal out in Texas, but the ARV is like 790, 800. I was looking to see how much, like percentage wise, would I have to be like? Do I have to use a 70% rule exactly, or?
Hey, Wisdom, I don't know if it's just my bandwidth here. If you want to just type it in the private message and I'll try to answer it for you. I'll be on a little while. I'm not going to kick anywhere. So let's just answer some questions or comments because being in the middle of the mountains is not that easy to get internet, as I'm finding out. So you want to know what I had to do to get this internet. I might as well just brought Elon Musk Starlink with me because it would have been easier. It's just the truth. So let's see here, guys. So we're talking all about living your dream lifestyle and wholesaling. And I'm just showing you I've traveled. I've been on the road probably for, I don't know, at least 4 weeks this year so far. And I plan on going another like month or two. Is it easy? Not always, as you can see with the internet and stuff like that. But I have a team that works with me. Me and Zach rotate in and out. And as long as I'm talking to sellers, I love it. So, guys, you got Luke on here. He's a great guy to work with on Discord. And don't forget, guys, you also have X Leads. If you want to check it out, it's an all-in-one wholesaling platform. One of the most popular ones. We don't run ads. We don't do anything. We keep the cost brutally low, but we have the most benefits, and you get free skip tracing. Even with the basic one, you get 15,000 leads, and you get your own Ninja Mode Go High Level. There's no other system like it. If you want the most robust, you want to use AI, and you want a system that actually helps you wholesaling without hiring another employee, without writing checks for $500 every month, then that's the one that you want. Let me fix this here. Perfect. So yeah, tons of snow. They got, I didn't know it was a holiday weekend this weekend. So they got the slush bowl going on. It's pretty cool. It's where they go to the top of the mountain. They do their final skiing before the heart of summer kicks in. And then they got Victoria Day is in Canada. Apparently it's a national holiday here. I had no idea until the other day, and I figured it out. So, but cool stuff though. But that's the beauty of be able to do wholesaling anywhere, any place, anytime, anything you want. Diedrich says, is X leads good for land? Yes, because you can filter your leads based on land, or if you want to do single family, or you can do multifamily. It really doesn't matter. So you can do whatever you want with that. And that's everything with that. Who else put up here? I was in BC yesterday. Pretty cool place. So if you guys have any suggestions for a place, just feel like you could drop it in here. I'm going to be on the road, traveling to some new spots tomorrow that I've never seen before, and done a lot of ice hikes and stuff like that. But man, it's us Floridians. We love the snow and the weather like this. It's a lot of fun, but it's pretty cool. You get halfway up the mountain, it's like an entirely different environment. So I got caught in a hike yesterday. The wind kicked up. It started raining. It was not fun, and the snow got really slushy. So we have to understand that. So okay, let me see. Preston, I'm going to try to bring you on, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll give it a shot here.
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
Preston, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It's a little choppy. I think it's on my side.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
You got a quick question?
No, I was gonna role play that statement really was for anybody in the group in the Discord.
I can't, but the problem is my internet's not going to allow it. It's not bringing on the bandwidth. And just hop on next week or on Thursday, and I'll be happy to do it with you. I'm learning quickly here. I have some limitations up in the mountains. I'm going to do it. Have I done any fishing? No, it's a little too cold right now for it. So June, July, I got a lot of fishing trips. So we'll see it on it. So the problem is I can't hear them on my side because I get like every third word. So it's unfortunately one of the downsides of having internet on the road, but we'll figure it out. So so guys, if you have any questions, let me check the private chat here. And if we nope. So if you have a question, put it in there. If not, guys, the bottom line is you got to understand this. It's right here in your mind. Anything you want, you can get right here. But if you're not willing to make the sacrifice and go to battle with your own mind, like, do you really think wholesaling is going to fix your life? Wholesaling has changed my life drastically. You know, it's changed my son's life. And if you truly want, it will change your life. But you have to make the commitment. You have to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change it. I want to make it work. And if you get into your mind and go, hey, I'm not going to negotiate, you can hold your ground much better. But a lot of you guys get in it. Your family attacks you. Your friends attack you. You think the market attacks you. You think coaches attack you. The reality is it's the battle going on in your mind. And if you have to win it at all costs. And if you can win the battle of wholesaling in your mind, you can achieve anything you want. You can do anything you want with your own body. You can do anything with your life, your family, your relationships. Guys, I'm just telling you, I know I'm completely biased. I love wholesaling. I've been doing this 23 years. I'm not the guy who talks you out of wholesaling. A lot of people tell you wholesaling is just a beginner starter curve. It just means they just weren't that great at wholesaling. Wholesaling is always a fundamental of a great real estate investor. Don't believe me? Go out and find the best marketers in the world. And most of them in real estate all have a history of starting out in wholesaling because it's the highest skill set you can learn. Because if you can learn to market the motivated sellers, he or she that creates the lead makes the most money. And honestly, in any business, if you create a lead to sell an insurance policy, if you create a lead to sell a car or anything like that, you're the person who's going to get the highest amount of money from it. In wholesaling, it is no different. Guys, if you want to learn more, go over to xleads.com. I put it there on the bottom. Don't forget freewholesaling.com. And guys, if you enjoyed this and you want to learn how to do wholesaling, become free, travel to exotic locations just like this, you guys, I've been traveling all year. I've been showing you. I've been bouncing around the country and bouncing around the world. And I do this because I absolutely love wholesaling. Do I have to make some sacrifices? Yes, I got to get up early. I got to make things happen. But is it worth the price? Come on, man. Look back here. Seriously. My flex is spending time with my family and taking care of the people I love. And that's what I want you to do. Flexing with a car, flexing with the real estate. I have it all. It's not going to help you guys out. I promise you. It ain't going to impress you because let's face it, you just need to get your first deal. And that's what I want to focus on. Guys, if you enjoyed today, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check us out. Zach will be on tomorrow, Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. He's got a really cool show. Check it out on Flip with Rick. Be live on there. Then we'll be, I'm going to try to be live Thursday, but it depends on my internet where I'm at. But I'll be back soon enough. Don't worry about it. I'll always be wholesaling. I always do it. And guys, listen, you can do anything you want. You can live that dream life. It is completely up to you. But are you willing to make the sacrifice now? I did. If you want to come over on this side, just make that 2-year sacrifice. I promise you, it will pay you dividends for the rest of your life. Because if you can accomplish wholesaling, I promise you, you can do anything you want in life. If you truly want it, you got to go out and get it. Stop compromising. God did not put you on this earth to be average. I promise you. You only get one life, guys. You're not going to get a do-over. Like, I'm not going to get into spirituality, but this one body, this one mind, this particular mind, you're in control of it. You program it. And if you don't, other people are going to program it for you, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Guys, I appreciate you. We will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time on Flip with Rick. Check us out there. If you want to learn how to get started, go over to freewholesaling.com. Figure that out. Look at us at xleads.com. And guys, go out there and change your mindset to become the best wholesaler you can be. I believe in you. You've got to start believing in yourself. If you do that, you can do anything you want. You can have that dream life. I want you to have it. The question is, are you going to go get it? I believe you will. It's completely up to you. Guys, this is Rick on the road from the Canadian Rockies. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Be there, be square. We're going to have a good time with it. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow, man. Have a good one. Guys, it is up to you to change your mindset. You and you only. Go out and get it. Love you guys. See you.